Today's a doozy. Strap in. We're going to be reacting to some people who just got laid off from their jobs. And I'm going to give you my thoughts. You don't have to listen to them. Almost 40, run 6, 7 businesses, had over 100 employees. If you're over 40, don't listen to me. I'm younger than you. I'm naive. If you're under 40, I might have some advice for you. Let's go.
Your ratio of even getting the job that you're applying for is zero. The job market is so bad right now that when you're trying to apply for a job, your ratio of even getting the job that you're applying for is 0 to none. Also, if you have a job, the job market is so bad that your job is overworking you and still paying you the same salary. They're switching up schedules on you, giving you more
Depends on the job. Obviously, people who are overworked are going to be complaining about it. Not every job's like that.
work, less pay, cutting budgets on you, pretty much jerking you around all around because they know where the job market is. They know even if you're looking for somewhere else to go, that's also going to probably jerk you around, that they could take advantage of you. Right now, it's like employment abuse going on. Like, you literally are underpaid, tired, and stressed out if you have a job. And if you don't have a job, you're stressed out because you can't find a job and you've been applying to over 100 places pretty much a week, or you've been unemployed for more than 2 years.
I don't think people are applying to 100 places a week. I think people say that, but emailing is not really applying. Sending in your resume, online stuff, y'all know this. It's not really applying. Go out and try and actually meet people. Don't just do the same thing that everybody's doing. You've all heard this. Nothing I'm saying is new to you.
Years trying to find a job. The job market right now is so bad that you're literally getting abused as a human being. It's super sad.
Job market's going to be different depending on what state you're in, depending on what city you're in. It's actually pretty decent right now compared to the past. The issue is everything is super expensive. So you're not going to feel like you're working towards anything if you have a job making 20, 25 bucks an hour if you still don't qualify for a home. That, I think, is the biggest drain on younger people trying to, or even anyone, you don't have to be younger, but that's the biggest drain, is it feels like your job isn't building any sort of wealth, because at least if you're paying down on a property, it feels like you're gaining some wealth long term. Moving on, let's go to the next one. Now, really listen to what she's saying here.
I feel your pain. I never thought I would be 36 years old with, two undergraduate degree from a UC school and a master's degree and legitimately unemployable. Yes, I slowed down my
Biggest lie ever put upon the last 2 or 3 generations is that college degree somehow guarantees you a job. Changes nothing. Doesn't guarantee anything. It can make you make more, but there's a lot more entry-level jobs out there that don't require college degrees than there are jobs that require college degrees.
Yes, I slowed down my career in real estate the last 6 years to raise my kids, and that seems like I'm now, like, it doesn't matter. And I know that I took time off and that's on me, but it shouldn't mean that I can't.
I mean, here's the thing. There's going to be people who didn't slow down their careers and didn't have kids. And when they're old, they're maybe going to have a little more money than you, but they're not going to have kids. They're going to be alone, and nobody's going to show up to their funeral. So we're all going to the same place anyways. So don't worry about it.
I can't even get a job anywhere. Like, why did I go to school? Why did I try so hard through high school to get into a good college? And then I worked my ass off in graduate school because I really enjoyed what I was finally learning, and basically all to be told, like, I should have done something else. And I'm, like, unemployable. It's just really...
I didn't go to college, and I've probably had 6 or 7 careers at this point. Well, I've had 6 or 7 businesses, but this isn't a college thing. I mean, this is everybody. There's the careers, I mean, they're gone. Like, that's not how it used to be. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, people do many things throughout their life. And honestly, I think it's better. I really do. I think it's better. Maybe that's a personality type of mine, but I wouldn't want to be stuck doing the same thing for 50 years of my life. I really wouldn't. So, I mean, this is really sad, but I mean, obviously, there's no guarantees when you're working for other people. There's no guarantees when you're working for yourself. This is what everybody tells me. Oh, I can't deal with that insecurity. There is no security when you're working. My dad's worked for people before for a very long time who he was going to take over their businesses or their business. And guess what? 2008 happened. He got laid off. There is no guarantees. There's no safety, whether you're employed or whether you're working for yourself. This next one's a little bit different. This is somebody who got fired. It's not that she didn't make enough money doing side hustles or starting her own business. She just got fired. She got rug pulled.
I just got fired from my job. So I did recently just get hired as a server at a bar in downtown LA. But then just a couple days later today, I got fired from my full-time nursing job. So I did get the serving position as kind of like a job on the side to make some extra cash. But who knew it would have to be used as a cushion while finding a replacement for my nursing job. Aside from this,
She did everything right. She had a second job. At her age, unless she's got family, I don't know how old she is. I'm assuming she's in her 30s or 20s. I mean, in this economy right now, I'd be working a second job too.
so I did get the serving position as kind of like a job on the side to make some extra cash. But who knew it would have to be used as a cushion while finding a replacement for my nursing job. Aside from this, there is a few other things I have going on in my life, a few other major changes. It just feels like when one thing happens, like it's like a domino effect. A lot of other big things always seem to happen at the same time. Their reason for letting me go was not adding up. It just was not making sense. But, you know, when people have their minds...
When I've had to let people go in the past, I never tell them, how do I put this? How do I say this correctly? And if it's a performance thing, I'll do it lightly. It'll be more like, maybe this isn't the right thing for you. I've never attacked their character. I've never pretended like they were incompetent or told them that they were incompetent. It's not going to help them. The next couple of weeks is going to be really difficult for them. And the one thing that I've never wanted to do is strike down somebody's ego at that point. So build them up as much as you can. Be totally, be straightforward with them. If they ask you and want an honest assessment of their performance, you can give it to them. Other than that, come up with a reason other than blaming them specifically. I will do that because, as I said, it's more important for them to have the confidence to go into the next job interview that they go into. I have whatever they've done, any employee we've had, whatever they've done to the business, or even if they screwed us over or stole from us, I've never had the bones or the urge to get back at them or be cruel or mean to them in any way. It's letting go. I'm sorry, things aren't working out. It's not a good fit. That type of stuff. And I genuinely want them to find another job that they're going to be good at and that they can be successful at and grow with. And most of the time, nobody's ever going to like a job that they got fired from or the people they got fired from. But so far, everything's been kosher.
Not making sense. But, when people have their mind set on something, it's kind of pointless to try to explain yourself. And there's no way I'm going to beg a job not to let me go. And also,
I have done that one time. I have begged a job not to let me go before. I even tried to make concessions with them. No, twice actually. One job I tried to make concessions, saying you can pay me less. And a second job, I was hanging out in the marketing department a lot, going to lunch with the marketing department team, hanging out with the CTO, or not the CTO, but the marketing, the marketing manager a lot. And I was working on the technical side of things at that business. And they didn't like that. They didn't appreciate it. And eventually they let me go. And I said, well, why don't you just transfer me to this other team? And unfortunately, they'd already made a decision. And I understand why they can't go back on the decisions that they made. Yeah, so I have begged for my job twice.
So on top of that, something in me just felt like Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay to let this one go. There's something else, just let it go. Life is a little tough right now. But I'm tougher. There has been way more situations in my life that I really did not think I was going to survive, and I did. So when one door closes, another one opens. This is letting go of what's not meant for me to make space for what is.
I've been in that situation before where I got let go from a really good job. And I just remember laying in the bath one day, looking up at the ceiling. And for the first time in my life, I actually did feel a little bit of depression. How I explain it is I took the curtain and I looked back behind stage where the depression is. And I looked back and I saw it. And then it was there for about 2 days. And ever since that time, I've never questioned whether or not depression was real or exists. And I am genuinely empathetic to people who have depression, because I thought if I had like those 2 days, I can't imagine living that way for more than those 2 days. That was brutal. And if people are feeling like that every single day, that's I don't see how you can function properly with depression, to be honest. So moving on.
Going through a tough time right now, just know life is happening for you. Life is not happening to you. And what's meant for you will not pass you up.
Lest you think you're safe working for the largest company in the world, that's not true. Just a group of Amazon delivery drivers who all got laid off. This is a daily occurrence, by the way. The company is large enough that there's people getting laid off left and right for no fault of their own. Just reorganizing, putting resources and assets somewhere else. I don't want you to be in this situation. I want you to, whatever you're doing, if you're working for somebody right now, I want you to start building a side hustle. I don't like calling them side hustles. I like calling them front hustles because they're right in front of you. On this channel, I show you how to make a second income or a main income. That's what I do. I go to the yard sales, I source, I get product, and I resell stuff. That's what I do. It's what I do for a living. I have employees now that work for me that you can grow this. You can either do this as a side hustle or you can grow it into a legitimate business. I think that you should be spending time growing a side hustle. My employees, they have side hustles as well. I'm engaged with them. I talk to them about their side hustles. I want people to do this. If you want to be secure, you'll never be 100% secure, but subscribe to the channel. Follow me. I give tips on, look, I don't do how-to tutorials. I let you watch exactly what I'm doing. I don't say do this, do that, do this, do that. You can see what I'm selling. You can see how I'm doing these deals, and it's all on the channel. Subscribe, follow me, and you'll learn some stuff. And that's it. Goodbye.